Hello everyone, welcome back to my garden. Today is Tuesday, May 26th, and it is a gorgeous day out today. We are finally starting to see somewhat consistent warm weather for this week. It's been a very cold, wet spring we've had. Just want to take you around to show you some of the things or flowers that are growing right now. Let's start off here. Look at this gorgeous forget-me-not. I love this color and I'm so happy that it always self-seed and comes back for me every year. This year actually I have less than most other years, but I still have some. This one right here is a new one in the garden. I love Geums. I'm not sure if you noticed them in my previous videos, but this is a new one I just added. It's a peach color one. It is still a very small plant, but in a year or so it should bulk up and put on some good size. And I have quite a few hellebores here. They're about done blooming already. I have about 10 dotted around this patch right here. This one is done, but it still has some color on it. This one has done so well. I think it's his second year in my garden, and look how massive it is. So I've done something a little bit different in this patch this year. I'm not sure if you recall, but in the past I had about 3 of these really big evergreen planted in this pocket right here. A year, 2 years ago, I think now maybe, I removed one and still had 2 left. This spring, earlier, I think end of March, I removed a second one, and look at how much it has opened up this area to receive more sunlight. And I think it's one of the reasons why some of my plants were suffering a little bit that were planted here. I lost about 3-4 roses. Hopefully now that it is receiving more sunlight, it will do, the plants in this pocket will do better. I added a salvia here, 2 actually, one here and one here. They should still be blooming for me, so I cut off some of the old bloom stock, and this one have a few more coming. And then I also added wallflower, which I absolutely adore. So this is a purple one, and there's 2 there, so 1 there, and then I have another one right over there. I dotted this patch with 3 Gara. I love this pink color. I actually like all of the pink color. And this patch, because it doesn't get as much sun, I chose the more lighter pink to go into this patch. And then as you can see here, I love Geums. So I have, this should be totally tangerine that's coming up. It should be flowering for me in the next, maybe next week. Another patch of Geums here. This should be a lighter pink color. And what else? Oh yes, I grew all of my dahlias. So I have one here. They're all over the place. So there's another one there. I grew all of my dahlias either from tubers or from seeds this year. I did not buy any ready grown one, and I'm really excited to see what color will come up, because they're in a variety pack. I have no idea what I will be getting. I also added right here a brand new rose called Eden, is a white one, and I added these trellises for it to climb up. So I'm really excited to see what will happen there. My only concern with planting a rose here is I'm not sure if it will receive enough sunlight to thrive. So we shall see. If it's not happy here, I can always move it elsewhere. In these 2 pots, I have coleus that started from seed. As you can see, they are still tiny, but I think they should bulk up really fast as soon as the weather warms up, which it looks like it will be this week. Here I have a collection of pots that I put together. I think if you've watched my previous video, you know that most of my plants are planted in pots. And if you look back at my old video, I think a month ago, there was not much going on here. I have now put all of my roses in the middle section here, dotted with perennials and annuals around the border as well, just to add some pop of color. And look at, talking about annuals with pop of color, look at how gorgeous this begonia is. I think the sun is kind of not allowing me to showcase its beautiful color. But yes, look at this peach color. I absolutely adore peach color flowers. Doesn't matter if it's begonias, roses, but they're one of my favorite color to add to the garden. And as you can see here as well, my Jasmina is doing really, really good. She's put on a lot of leaves. I noticed this year she's not as full as last year. I think because we had a really cold winter, and I think there was a lot of dieback. But the good news is the canes that are over the arch are doing really, really well. Oh yes, talking about the arch, not sure if you noticed, I purchased a new arch to replace my old white one. This is a new black one, and I'm really excited to see, or looking forward to see, my Jasmina climb over the arch there. And here I have, I think this one still have a bit of color. Yeah, my hellebore. So yeah, it's all faded now, but still looks good. This one did really well as well. Look at this beautiful color. I think this is called Maid of Honor. And look how massive this clump is. It's only a second year in my garden. More forget-me-nots. I also love collecting mini roses. This one is just starting to bloom. And I love this color. I can't wait for, I'll show you once it's a little bit bigger and more mature. The color is just absolutely stunning. Added some lupins here. I got them I think a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. They are kind of, these blooms are almost, this one's almost done, this one's just starting off, but they had massive bloom stock, but yeah, I had to cut it off because it was done blooming. I have a peony here. I forget what color this one is, but you know what? I don't have a lot of luck growing peonies for some reason. They don't produce a lot of flowers for me, but still I haven't given up on them. I still tried. Here's a rose that I just got this year. It's doing really, really well. Oh, one thing about roses that I noticed so far this season. So these are all my roses. Some of them are from last year. I wintered in my unheated garage. Some I bought new, like this one is new. That's why it's so small. But what I have noticed is that I discovered there's a lot of blind shoots that were on my plants. So this one here, for example, I trimmed back, removed a whole bunch of the blind shoots, and that's why it doesn't look all that full. Same thing with my Coco Loco here. I don't know if it's because of the cold weather or whatnot, or bugs. I honestly have no idea. But I read that if you don't remove them, a lot of energy will be wasted growing those blind shoots that will not perform flowers. So it's better to remove them than to leave them. Look at this gorgeous gem here. I absolutely adore this color. This one is a new one. This one is called Temple Orange, and it's more like apricot-y. Apricot-y. I don't think that's the word. I usually don't go for orange, but if it's this color, kind of more leaning towards apricot, light or soft orange, I think they go really well with a lot of other colors. So I do like adding these type of color, orange color, to my garden. Another new rose I planted is called Twilight Zone. It should go pretty big, and I think it would be very fitting that it grows right here. Last year I had Queen of Sweden sort of eyed for this spot, but I did, after thinking it over, I changed my mind, and I have now planted Twilight Zone in that spot. This one is suffering a little bit, but seems like recovering nicely. Delish. It lost all of its cane pretty much except for one, but look at all the new growth. And I think they're starting to form flower buds soon. I also dotted a whole bunch of lilies here. I don't even know what color they are because, again, it's a variety pack, so I'm getting whatever I'm getting. I just added this one. I added several clematis, so this one's a new one. It should be a purple color one. I'm hoping it will climb up this side of the arch and then one day merge and meet with the rose. That will look really, really nice. More new roses that I bought this year. They are still small but doing really well. Dahlias that I grew from tubers that I bought from Costco, doing great. I pinched it, so it is starting to branch out here. It's been slow going, I'm telling you. These were started indoors like weeks and weeks ago, and they have barely put on much growth after I have transplanted them outside. Just the weather's just been really cold here. Oh, Pretty Lady's doing really great this year. Last year she didn't look that great, but look at this year. All the growth on her. Super excited to see her come back healthy this year. I really like adding that color to my garden. Blue, I guess, or purple. I call it purple, but I think it is blue. This one is an annual, it's a salvia. I try to incorporate as many salvias around my roses as possible, just because I've read that they do help to repel pests from roses. So we shall see, but I have dotted a whole bunch of them all over my garden. Here's a new one I planted this year. This should be like a blue-purple color. It's just starting to bud up now. And there's one of the same color. I don't think you can see it from here, but tucked right there, just starting to form flower spikes there. And I have a second delish right here, and she's coming back really nicely over the winter. She's over winter well. I did put a, what is those called, plant tent over her because she was first year in the ground, and I wanted extra protection for her. So she's doing really good. My hellebore here, that's done flowering. So usually when the weather is a bit hot, it does turn to this green color. Not my favorite color, but it is what it is. I'm really new to hellebores. I'm not even sure if I should be removing those blooms or not. If anyone is more experienced, please let me know. What do you do at this stage when they're like this? Oh, this color is gorgeous. Like dark burgundy purple. Gorgeous. This is about the only, or the set, I only have two colors of, what are these called? Oh, my heuchras that do well in my garden. So this one always comes back reliably for me. And then there's a darker one, this side, that comes back every year for me. Every other color, for example, like this one right here, they suffer. They don't like my garden for some reason. So I think I'm gonna stop buying these colors from now on and just go with the whatever I have left. And this one, the good thing is self seeds a lot, so I have a lot of its baby or seedlings around. Another one of the gem that I showed you earlier, this one is here. Look how pretty it is. I'm trying to collect more colors, but I am kind of running out of space to plant them in. I overwinter my olive tree inside, and I don't know what I did wrong, but it started to die off a little bit. All of the branches died off, so I only have one healthy branch right here, and that's about it. So I don't know, is it gonna branch out some more, or it's gonna stay like this? I hope it branches out some more. So two more roses here. I got Delaney's sister, Dark Desire. I love that color. And you know what? Surprisingly, it's behaving very well. It's not sending out crazy long canes going in every direction. And another gem here. I added this one last year. Yes, look how gorgeous this color is. I'm trying to find one or two more of it, but so far I have not been able to locate more. My bleeding heart is about done. So it's usually the first to bloom in my garden. This is Pink Promise. She's kind of still very small. She hasn't really done very well in my garden in the last, 2 years? Or maybe this year will be the third year. Oh, this one right here, right behind the gem, is Distant Drums. So I lost the one in my pot. It did not winter over for me because I left it outside. So I will not be doing that again. So I found another one, and this time I planted it in the ground. So hopefully I should see it come back next year for me. Ooh, look how gorgeous. Princess Alexandra of Kent. So this one is second year in my garden, and it is doing really well. It's even putting on flower buds here, if you can see. Yep. So this one, once again, because it was first year in my garden, I did put a plant tent over it, and when I removed the tent, it was green, it was healthy, barely, if any at all, any winter dieback. So super happy about that one. Again, more Gara dotted around. This is a creeping flock that comes back for me every year. It does really well in my front garden here. It does okay, just not as full and as excuse me, as it doesn't spread as much here in the backyard, but it still comes back every year, and it's so pretty, this color. And then I added this verbena here to sort of somewhat match that color. And then I dotted 3 of the verbena here. Oh, sorry, that's not it. Here, and then another one there. And this one here, this rose here, is Modern Blush. I have 2 of her in my garden, one here and then one in there. But that one is a lot smaller for whatever reason. This one usually does really well for me. The only thing I don't like about this rose is that it tends to get leaf rust, or rust on its leaves. So far it hasn't showed up yet, but I think it will eventually. I just pick off all the leaves when it does appear. I'm not sure if you recall, this is Moonlight Romantica. I had it trained on my fence here last year, and I have 2 of it. So one here and then one in that corner there. But I've changed my mind in terms of growing it as a climbing rose. So I've cut off all the canes, or sorry, cut half of the canes off. So now it is being grown as a rose bush. So I'm excited to see that. I added a new clematis here. This one was there last year, so I have 2 different colors side by side. And I love incorporating clematis with roses. More dahlias I grew from tuber. This one is massive, but it has somewhat stopped growing because of the cold weather. So I'm starting to see a little bit more growth now that the weather is warmer. Again, more salvias here. Ooh, you know what? Look at this one. It's still sleeping, but I can't wait to see this color. Millicent is a brand new rose I just planted this season. There's another one over here, which you can barely see. It's another rose called Julieta, and it's a new rose for me. So I can't wait to see these in bloom. Lamb's ear. I have grown to really like this in the garden. I think it gives it structure, and I love the silvery leaves, and it kind of helps me tame some of the surrounding flowers. It kind of keeps it in its position, and it spreads quite a bit. First year it didn't do a whole lot, but second year, boy, did it spread. So I have propagated by taking its cutting and dotted it all over my side garden and front garden as well. And new rose here, cappuccino. It's putting some growth, not a tremendous, but as long as it's thriving, I'm happy. Oh yeah, this one too. I can't wait to see this color. Notting Hill, another brand new rose this year. I added quite a lot of roses this year, and I don't think I'll be showcasing all of them in this video, but as they bloom, I will show pictures or videos of it to let you see what they look like. This one is a columbine I just added this year. Really pretty color. These normally do come back for me every year. Another new rose here, a Chinese rose. Doing really well. When I bought it, it was bare. Nothing growing on it whatsoever. Oh my gosh, look at this color. Petunias. I'm not growing too many petunias this year, but I had to get this one. It is gorgeous. I absolutely love these dark colors, whether it is petunias, roses, whatever it is. If it's this color, I kind of have to buy it. Talking about dark color, there's a dark rose right here. Not much happening. Rouge Royale. When I got it was like completely bare. It's starting to put a little bit of growth here, but very slow. This one is a slow growing one. This one is a monster of a rose. So this is Party Hardy. It's 3rd year, I believe, in my garden. And look how huge it is. It's covering this whole area right here. And the reason why it's covering this whole area is also too. So this is his main middle section right here. There are canes coming this way. So in the winter time, there was 2 really big long canes that were flopping everywhere. I was afraid that it would snap off and damage the main plant. So I pegged it down this way and arched it, and now it is producing canes along that arch. So it kind of worked out well. So I kind of just left it, and it is doing really well. The only problem is it is covering my all dressed up a little bit right here. So I hope she's not going to suffer, because this one is just going nuts over here. Another gem here, this one I've had, I think should be on its 4th year. Total tangerine again, really gorgeous blooms. It should be blooming any day for me now. As you can see, it has tons of flower buds. A really pretty color. Morgara here, another new rose. I'm super excited about these roses. I've been looking for them for a while and finally got my hands on them. I tried to start some asters from seeds, but I have to say this year the germination was not that great, so I only have a handful of them and they have been slow growing. My gosh, look, this is all it's grown since like weeks and weeks ago. I'm super excited to see what color is gonna come up from there. This one is another David Austin rose that I planted last year, Olivia rose, and it did okay last year. Not a lot of blooms, but it's putting on a lot of size this year. I placed a plant, oh sorry, a plane or helicopter flying overhead. I placed a plant tent over this one as well because it was first year in my garden, and when I took off the tent it was green, no dieback, so it's looking really, really good. A new one I placed here is another rose, a wild blue yonder. So it's a very purpley color and it should grow pretty big, and I'm hoping it'll cover this area with its blue blooms. And there's that second Moonlight Romantica right there. A clematis climbing up this trellis is a purple color one if I'm not mistaken. This morning I decided to pull out some of the alliums. So I don't know if other people have experienced, other gardener I should say, have experienced the same thing as myself, but I planted these many years ago, and I find as the years go by they have dwindled down. The flower head itself is smaller. I'm actually sitting on the fence or contemplating pulling them all out next year. Although I love the purple flower heads and they do add texture or structure to the garden, but I hate all of the messy leaves that it produces below. So I think I may remove them this year. More Gara here. This one is Easy Does It. It is a beautiful rose with orangey apricot color. It didn't do great last year, but it looks pretty healthy this year for me. So I'm hoping this year I will get more blooms. And another new one, I've been looking for this one probably 2-3 years. I finally found it. Loves Me Not. I got 2 of them, one here in the back garden and then one I placed in my front garden. This one is super slow growing. Out of all the other roses that I've added this year, they put on a lot of growth. This one is still just small, itty bitty still. Hopefully she will catch up soon. Here's another new one, Edith. I did mention I added a whole bunch of new roses. Edith is a new one to me. I've never grown her before, only seen pictures. Bought it bare, like nothing, small canes. So it's putting on some leaves and a good amount of new growth. Hopefully she'll do well in this spot. I have some hydrangeas here. Most of my hydrangeas are the white Annabelles. This one is a ruby, but I think I may have mislabeled this one. I swear this is Invincible Spirit 2 or something like that, and that should be ruby. We shall see once it starts to bloom and flower. This is Fun in the Sun. It did not do that well for me last year. I think mostly because the rabbits ate it all the way to the ground. It's putting on good amount of size, and I think what has helped this year is I limbed up all of the branches from this evergreen, and I think it's allowing more sunlight, more airflow into this area. So I've noticed that my roses here, Dancing in the Dark, are doing really well this year. I added 4 wallflowers here. It's kind of hard to see, but they are a different color I've never grown before. It's gorgeous. I can't wait for it to bloom and then show everyone what it looks like. There is some blooms on. Let me see if I can zoom in. There it is. There's the other one. It's really hard to see from here. So let's wait until it blooms and then I'll show you what the colors look like. This one is another one of my top roses, but it didn't do well in previous year. Once again, rabbit damage, winter damage, but it is starting to put on some growth here. So I'm super excited to see how it will fare this year. This is the second dancing with the in the dark. Beautiful dark red color rose. And then I tucked in behind her a new clematis, a white one. I normally don't do white clematis. This year I decided I'm going to do something a bit different. And there's 2 flowers on it. I'm not sure if you will be able to see it, but yeah, can't wait. I'm hoping it will climb up this structure here, and I think it will look really, really nice. I tucked in a dahlias here that I started from tuber. There should be one here and one on the other side. This one is a lot smaller than this one for whatever reason. And this one here, I'm not sure what is happening with the leaves on this one, but gosh, it is kind of concerning a bit, but it's still putting a lot of growth. I'm not sure if it's missing any kind of vitamins or deficiency of some important vitamins, but yeah, it seems to be the only rose that's doing this. So this is Peach Glory. It is glorious. I lost the one in the pot, but the one in the ground, thank goodness, is doing good. I can't wait until I show you the blooms on this one. Another gem here. I have to say, out of all my gems, this is my least favorite color. When I bought it, I don't think it's gonna be this intense orange. But yeah, normally I shy away from this type of orange, but it is what it is. We shall see how it plays with the other colors in the garden. If I still don't like it, I might remove it for something else. I just bought these vibasum, I think these are called. They should be perennial. I have them in pots right now, but I am sitting on the fence whether I will be planting them into the ground in the fall. I got 3 different colors. So this is more of a yellow one with a darker center, and I have, I think, where is it? Oh, there it is. More like a lavender color here. I love these cottagey type of flowers. Really pretty color. I have here an endless summer hydrangea. I am sitting on the fence, and I'm probably going to go ahead with it, is to dig it out. It's been not doing so well for me the last maybe 2-3 years. Yeah, I think I'm gonna dig it out and put a rose here eventually, maybe in the fall, who knows, maybe sooner, but we shall see. But yeah, I'm kind of done giving it prime real estate spot in my garden. Ooh, and check out this one. This one's a new one for me. I love alyssum. I've grown them for several years now. This one I did not start from seed, but look at the color on this one. I hope it's self-seed because I would love to have more of it next year. Geraniums. These are the ones I started from seeds. So they're still very small, no blooms yet, but they're doing really well. And so these are more salvias. And I had forgotten that I had planted this in this pot. So in the winter, there was nothing there. And I was about to throw out the pot or the soil. And then I noticed there was a little bit of green stuff emerging. And then I left it alone, and here it is. Thank goodness I did not dig it out and throw it out. I got into, like I mentioned, collecting mini roses. This one's really gorgeous. This one has a whole bunch of buds, but there's no blooms really, and this bloom is faded. I'll show you one. I think I should have one that is has the intense pink and is so gorgeous. I have another one of the peach begonia. Look how pretty it is. So pretty. When I see this color or these type of colors, I cannot resist but buy them. Like, they're so, so pretty. So I bought quite a few begonias. This one's a red one. Typically, I don't go for red color ones, but because I got this one, I figure it would pair nicely or go nicely together. And the mistake I made with these ones, it used to be jam-packed full of blooms, but I had it out in the other area where it received more sun, and I think it burnt and it did not like that spot, so I moved it under here, and it seems to be much happier here. I also got these begonias. I think they're called dragon wings, and these tend to do really well in my garden. This year I also placed it in more of a shady spot. Not sure how well they're going to do here, but I'm hoping they'll be happy in this spot. This is the other vibascum that I mentioned, a more mauve-ish color. Really pretty color. So these are perennials. I do plan to somewhat maybe put them into the ground. We shall see. So this area here, I have a combination of white begonias and then the vintage rose color one here. I really love this color. Don't they look like roses to you? And here again, more mini roses that I'm collecting or have collected. And look how beautiful this one is. Look, the center is a bit pinkish. And this one's a tad older, but it is so pretty. Oh, this is the one that I mentioned that had more fresh blooms. Look how intense the pink is. I don't think the camera is gonna be able to pick it up, to be honest with you, but yeah, really, really pretty. So this section here, I'm putting more of a white and pink color scheme on here. Oh, my wisteria is doing really well. I did chop her back a little bit. I didn't want her to cover all the way to the back here because what I realized is that the sun comes in this way in the morning, and when I allow the wisteria to grow too far down here, it blocks off way too much sunlight for that patch. So I am going to try to keep it very tame and just about this. Same thing with the rose as well. So yeah, just so that this patch will have enough sunlight to thrive. I still have just a little bit of seedlings left, but majority are in the ground now. Just a few random stuff here. I got some chilies. I'm not a veggie person, but I do like to grow these spicier chili peppers. I've never grown honesty before, and so I started these from seeds. I've seen some really gorgeous picture and I love the color of it, so hopefully this works out for me. I think these are biennial, so I won't get any flowers this year, but hopefully next year. And these I think are the pink echinacea coneflower, so these won't flower for me this year also, but hopefully next year. And then I grew these citrus plant from seeds, from grocery store seed, and they actually germinated. Who knows what it's gonna grow up to be, but I'm kind of curious, and I grew it anyways for fun. So I think that's about it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I can't wait for the flowers or the roses to bloom, and then I will videotape that and show to you what new ones I've added and how the old ones have fared overwintering in my unheated garage. Thank you so much for watching so far. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye now.